Right. Come talk to me? Why do you have a circle around you? How may I help you? Connect me to the vessel's main channel. Wish to bolster the morale? Let's try it. It's done. That'll be it. Why do you look so strange? It's kind of an a-hole thing to say. Alright, well, let's look at our quest here. So, Tattered Spirit. So, we just land on the dock. Argenta has something to discuss with the head of Durician mission, so that's... Okay, that's still in football. Classified information. Rich Carter once belonged to Theodore Van Lencius. Pascal is sure to be used to decrypt. Okay, do I talk to... Or do I click on something? Okay, there's Pascal. Maybe we can talk to him?
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
There we go. It's voice acting. That's not what I want, though. We'll talk to him, though.
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagus Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
What did he do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things.
Okay, universal law is the sacred commandments observed by all followers of the cult Mechanicus.
My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it.
Certain aspects of the Imperium have indeed ossified. His argument sounds reasonable. Fascinating.
Acknowledged.
How did you betray him?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizance fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to server penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected brothers, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizance fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed, then handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen, anathematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagus Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
So you acted as a loyal son of the Imperium should.
I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us.
So then why did you go to Rycat Minoris?
I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the Blessed Amanat's personal code, and could be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain. We were in danger, and I had to go to Rycat Minoris.
The tech priest named Abel. Who is he?
Assessing his personality is difficult. The spirit of Brother Abel is different from that of most people. Tech comrades of the cog call such persons quiet ones. He possesses significant intellect, but shuns communication. So far, I have not been able to determine why Abel summoned me to Rycat Minoris, how he is related to the Blessed Amanat, or why he bears the same name as me. Perhaps Reverend Abel may not be fully able to actualize and interpret the available data.
What are you gonna do next?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the Blessed Archmagos Amanat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link. Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the Blessed Amanat.
Alright.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Okay, so for that one quest... So, something with the bridge cogitator I gotta go to. I don't know where that is. Lord Captain, machine spirit and mechanism slumbers. Should you wish to awaken it, use the key of your blood. What blood is the key am I supposed to, what is the blood key am I supposed to use? The key you seek, the dynastic blood that runs through the veins. It is only a way to rouse the cogitator's machine spirit. When you're ready to do so, place your hand... Okay, place it. It's awake and ready to receive your request. Alright, Pascal has informed me that the system is encrypted data stored inside. I wish to know its contents. Find the hidden cache on Dargonus. Dargonus? Dargonus? Huh? Machine Spirit has discovered numerous critical errors. The data is damaged. Registering an intact segment. Machine Spirit has spoken with the words Cava Gamma and Dargonus. Certain data repositories. Mechanism is ready to provide the rogue trader with data keys that can unlock said. Okay. What are they? That remains hidden. The encrypted data bank belonged to the esteemed Theodora von Valencius. She's the only one who could have known about the repositories. Perhaps the former Engineer Prime could also have known. Omnisci and accept his code. There is a purpose. If we were to propose a hypothesis, it would be more prudent of the figure of eminent rogue trader to store classified data and receptacles most secure. But how do I accept them? Yeah, that. Gracious machine spirit is willing to transfer the data keys to the head of the House Valence by means of electro. The hypodermic tattoo augment if you're ready to accept the keys. Place your hands. Mouth. More about the caches. She was willing to commence a calculation procedure that could restore the lost data. Darganos? The data has been restored, but it's only a single phrase. Litanies of the motive force. That's all sacred mechanism is able to salvage. Alright. The other one. Blessed are the Omnisci deeds. The repository on Gamma Geva was a security system guarding it. Machine Spirit has discovered a code that will allow it to disable the defenses. Alright. Have the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus be able to discern how the ship was able to start her warp engines. It spends hours pursuing the quest of knowledge in hopes of comprehending the nature of the said miracle. May Amnesiah's grace guide him to this journey. There's no doubt that it is a miracle sent by Amnesiah and a manifestation of his will, yet the Endseer Prime managed to perceive some logical connection with the stream's data. I am not privy to this connection, but the Endseer Prime will surely share the newly discovered knowledge with me in a detailed report. Thank you. Now, in this game, like a lot of these CRPGs, you can have like romances and stuff. Can you romance people in here? Like, can I romance Argenta?
Greetings.
Could you imagine having her as a wife? That would be frightening. Probably not as frightening as Adira, but tell me about the Adeptus Sororitas.
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, rogue trader. Here I am, talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about?
Also, if she is some religious fanatic, are they even allowed to have romantic relationships? Okay, they say the Adeptus Sororitas are the fiercest of their faith among warriors.
It is.
True.
The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words, more often than not with a bolter.
Are all sisters truly as faultless, as you say?
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
What order are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
You said you belong to the Calixian branch. Your order brought you to the Coronis Expanse.
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parson Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Are there any other members of the Adeptus Sororitas, the Coronis Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy.
All right, questions?
Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness.
Hey, tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
How'd you end up on Theodora's ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
What happened to the people that wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away.
So maybe that's one thing we're gonna have to do with her quest line, find these people?
To come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
You mentioned making a mistake.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
Where did it happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
We could go to the planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
What was it like traveling with Theodora?
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. As you wish.
What is keeping you in my retinue?
This ship was targeted by heretical pirates.
Hoping they'd pop up some quests.
Which means that
by
my
asking me
presence
this.
here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
Enjoy your company, and I hope you remain in the crew, and the ship becomes your home.
Those are very courteous words, Rogue Trader. Thank you. both for your words and your hospitality.
She looks at me puzzled. Okay, so is there reputation amongst us? I don't know. I don't see anything mentioning. So I'm just wondering if there's a romance in here, but usually you're gonna have to. Profit factor is 18 now. Have a reputation to build up, but I don't see anything that you can do that. She looks badass. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, let's do our levels up. Oh, I got 2 levels up. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna get this part done. We're gonna start on Vanguard next level. Alright, so strength, willpower. My strength is terrible. That's probably why I don't do much damage. We're gonna go strength. I know more willpower would be good too, but my strength is really low. Okay, wait. What? Back out of here for a second. What weapon am I using? So I'm just using a primitive weapon now. Do I really want to use a primitive weapon? Strength. So I can give myself a more parry bonus, a 15 to my parry. That would give me a 60%. Which, I like that. But I could also do 10% dodge. Oh no, my parry's at 90%. What am I looking at? Dodge is 45. So this would get me to 55% dodge. Can attack with the second weapon of the current weapon set in addition, but negative 20 penalty to weapon skill. It costs 1 more AP. So I probably won't do dual weapons with Abelard then. Do I want Sanguine Siphon? When the Psyker's allies or the Psyker themselves are under the effects of psychic powers. I kind of like that. Still a Sanguine Siphon. It's Adrenaline Surge. What do they recommend? Well, they don't recommend anything. Dodge? Is there anything I can do for deflection? Or armor? I might take that with Argenta. I like her because she's usually kind of mid-range firing, so having her throw it should be good. Bloody Mess would be okay. A non-damaging ability on an ally grants that ally the ability to reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristics, or test with a 20% chance of success for 1 round. Anytime an ability or a talent uses Fellowship, probably won't be using that too much. Alright, I think I'm going to put... I don't know if we can go over 100%. If I do Dueling Mastery, it gives me a 15% bonus. That would put me at 105. And it's only going to get me to 95. If I do you, that'll get me to 52. As long as I can keep avoiding damage and being tanky, okay with that. Okay, daring. So another one. Do I pick a different one? Oh, I do. This turn, melee attacks deal an additional warrior plus strength bonus. Yeah, let's do that. Wait, there's more? How many levels did I get? Well, Vanguard. Unyielding Beacon. Each attack against the Vanguard grants them 1 stack of Unyielding Beacon. Each stack increases their resolve by 1%, or plus 1, up to a maximum of 15. All allies in 2 sail radius around the Vanguard gain 1/5 of that bonus. Temporary wounds applied to the Vanguard now stacked will remain stacked until the end of the Vanguard's turn. Start of the turn, the remaining temporary are reduced to the largest amount granted by 1 applied effect. Okay. I mean, it's not like I have a choice. Alright. I mean, I don't really care about you. So we're just going to go through quick. We'll do weapon skill. I don't even know what your weapon is. I'll just get you. Yeah, we'll get you to 95. Again, I don't care. I mean, I could pick other things, but I don't really want to do anything with him. I mean, he's the same as me. Argenta. So your bolts ones. More movement's always good. I could go solid weapon to her also, but let's just do no heresy. Because it looks like we're going against Xenos people from what it looks like. Possibly. So we'll do no heresy, which gives me a 10% critical chance and 10% armor against them. Awareness. No. Medicae. Where's the 50? But let's get your Medicae up because I want you to heal. At the end of your turn, each of the area attacks deals additional damage equal to the number of target. In a combat, Fire rate's increased. Do the additional damage.